So let's have a look at question 14. In triangle below, ABC is a right angle, AB is 50, BD is 22, and we've been asked to work out AC. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to work out the angle Z. Okay, so sine of Z is 22 over 50 because that's the opposite and that's the hypotenuse. So Z is the inverse sine of it is 26.1. Once we know that's 26.1, we can work out AC by using, this is in the big triangle, this is the hypotenuse, and we know the length of the adjacent. So we know the cos of Z is equal to the length of AC divided by 50. So AC is 50 times the cos of the angle Z, 26.1. Okay, so put that into our calculators. And we have 50 cos 26.1. Oh, I'm in radian mode. That's something you need to watch out for, class. Especially if your elder brother or somebody doing further maths has had your calculator. So we've got to change it to degrees. So angle input and degrees. Okay, and now 50 times the, oh, I've got them the wrong way around. Okay, AC is actually the hypotenuse, so it should have been 50 over AC is the cos of Z. I've got to be careful to do that right. Okay, so 50, so AC then would be 50 divided by the cos of 26.1. Okay, so go in here and we need to put it over the cos of 26.1, and then we get 55.677. So 55.7. Now an alternative way of doing it would be to work out AD using this right angle triangle, using Pythagoras, and then use tan to work out, because you know that Z and that Z are the same, to work out Y and then add them together. But as I say, that is a more straightforward method. Okay. 15. A sample of 16 squirrels taken from a forest. Each squirrel is marked with a die and released back into the forest. So the number of a fraction of marked squirrels is 16 over the number of squirrels in the forest. Okay. A year later, a sample of 20 were taken, and there's 3 of them have got die on them. So 3 over 20 should be the same as 16 over the number of squirrels. So cross multiplying, 3 times the number of squirrels equals 16 times 20. So the number of squirrels is 20 times 16 divided by 3. So 100%. Okay. One fault, you could say that the sample sizes are quite small. You could time the time between the samples and the original was very large. You need to increase the sample size. You need to make a smaller time frame in between them. Any 2 reasonable faults or improvements would be sufficient. Okay. The formula for H is, given that U is correct to 4 significant figures, then the smallest it could be is 21.335, and the biggest it could be is 21.345. A is to 1 decimal place, so the smallest it could be is 9.75, the biggest it could be is 9.85. We've been asked to work out the upper bound or maximum value for H. So to get the maximum value of H, we need the biggest value of U on the top line, and we need to use the smallest value for A on the bottom line. Okay, so biggest 21.45, 345, smallest 9.75. Put it into your calculator, and that's what you get. So the answer is 23.36. Number 17, find the equation of a straight line that passes through the point minus 2, 6 and is perpendicular to that line. Okay, so rearranging that gives me minus 3x plus 7 is 2y divided by 2 gives me y equals minus 3 over 2x plus 7 over 2. So that means the gradient of that line using y equals mx plus c is minus 3 over 2. So the gradient of a perpendicular line is going to be the negative reciprocal, 2/3. So we know y equals 2/3 x plus c. Put in the points for minus 2, 6. So x is minus 2 and y is 6. And we can work out c, 7 1/3. So y is equal to 2/3 x plus 22 over 3. Multiplying everything by 3, 3y equals 2x plus 22. Just a different way of writing it. Okay, number 18, factorize. Okay, so we can see both got a common factor of 2. Take that out. Then we notice this is the difference of two squares. So I would square 5ax to get that term, and I would square 3y to get that term. So it factorizes to be 2, 5ax plus 3y, and 5ax minus 3y. Okay, so make it a single fraction. So we need to put everything over 2x minus 1 times x plus 2. That's our common denominator. So 2 needs to get multiplied by both of those. 4 just needs to get multiplied by x plus 2. And the minus 3 needs to get multiplied by 2x minus 1. So multiplying that out using FOIL, I get 2x squared plus 4x minus x minus 2. Multiplying that out, 4x plus 8. Multiplying that out, minus 6x plus 3. Multiplying that by 2 gives me 4x squared plus 6x minus 4. This simplifies to minus 2x plus 11. And then simplifying that gives me 4x squared plus 4x plus 7 over 2x minus 1 plus 2. Okay, ABZ circles. The angle BOD, which is at the centre, is 114. So the angle at the centre is twice the angle at the circumference. So the angle at A is going to be half of 114, which is 57. Okay. O is the centre of the circle. EFG are points in the circumference of the circle. This is a tangent at F, and that angle there is 49. Which other one? So if that's 49, the angle between a chord and a tangent is 49, then we're using alternate segment theorem. The alternate segment would be here, so that's 49 as well. Okay. Okay. So the method I used was here, I drew in a chord here, and that's in the alternate segment, so that would be x plus 18 and that would be x plus 18. So then the angles in that triangle add up to 180. So 3x, so x plus x plus x plus 36 is 180. So 3x is 144, so x is 48. Prove that a sphere of radius r and the cube of side r can never have the same surface area. Well, the surface area of the cube is 6 times the area of one face, and the area of one face is going to be r times r squared. So the surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. If they were equal, then that would have to mean that 6 would be equal to 4 pi, and they're not equal, so they can't be equal. Okay. So this is a histogram. So to work out the number of people in each one, we multiply the height by the width. So we've got 30, 120, 90, 80 and 10. 50% less than 20. Well, less than 20 we have 150. They add up to 100, and afterwards adds up to 180. So, no, it's not. Now let's check that out. 1 times 10, yep. 4 times 15 is 30. That's 30. Not 80. A bit of bad reading there. So that's 130 afterwards. Okay. That should be 4 times 15. And 4 times 15, 60. Okay, so that's 7, there's 160 afterwards. Okay, so it's not the same. Okay, 38 wait longer than t minutes. Work out an estimate for the value of t. Okay, so we need another 28 out of this one. Okay, so we need 7 back from 40, so 40 take away 7 is 33. Okay, because 7 times 4 gives you 28, 28 and 10 is 38. Okay, so we will need to draw the line at 33 to give us that area. Diagram shows a square of side that and a trapezium with base that and perpendicular height that. Okay, so if it's a square, that side also will be 3x minus 1. The area of the square, which is going to be 3x minus 1 all squared, is 1.5 times the area of the trapezium, which is half the sum of parallel sides, so half of that plus that, times 4. Okay, so 4 times a half times 1.5 is 3. 5x and 3x is 8x minus 4. Multiplying that out using FOIL, 9x squared minus 3x plus 1. And if we simplify it, we get 9x squared minus 30x plus 13. Okay, and we find the values of x correct to 2 decimal places. So they're the two answers. It can't be this answer because then 5x take away 3 would be negative. Okay, so that's why we can't have that one. Okay, so we're solving this equation, so we make a single denominator, 2 times that. So our top line is going to be 3x plus 1 take away 6. Okay, simplifies to 3x minus 5, bottom line simplifies to 6x plus 2. Cross multiply, 5 times 6x plus 2 equals 5x minus 9 times 3x minus 5. Multiplying that out using FOIL, we get 15x squared minus 83x plus 35 is 0, and then if we solve that, we get x to be 5 or x to be 7 over 13. Now you can solve it using split the middle term, or you can use the split the middle term or the formula. If we use split the middle term, it's 15x minus 7 times x minus 5. Okay.